All right, today we are diving into something fascinating. We're going to go way beyond the surface to uncover the 5 hidden levels of wealth. We'll look at how each level completely redefines your relationship with money, with power, and with the world itself. So, here is the big question. What's the real difference between a millionaire and a billionaire? And I'll tell you, it's not just about adding a few more zeros to your bank account. The source material says it's like stepping into a completely different universe, one with its own rules for life and power. You know, it's hard to really wrap your head around the difference. Just listen to this. Imagine you were earning $1 every single second, nonstop. You'd hit $1 million in about 11 days. Not bad, right? But to get to $1 billion at that same rate, it would take you more than 31 years. That's the mind-blowing scale we're dealing with here. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start the climb through these 5 distinct levels of wealth. We'll start with people who are doing well, the affluent, and go all the way up to the truly untouchable. You'll see how everything changes at each stage. So where does our journey begin? Right here, at the front door of the top 1%. We're talking about a net worth of around $9 million. This gets you into the club, but as you're about to see, you're not nearly as free as you might think. So this first level is what the source calls the affluent worker. Life is good, you know? You've probably got a nice house, some financial breathing room, but here's the catch. You're still a worker. Your entire lifestyle is directly connected to your job. And because of that, the money anxiety, it doesn't totally go away. Yeah, you're making good money, but you still glance at the bank account before a big splurge. A sudden curveball, like a surprise medical bill or losing that high-paying job, is a very real threat. Your security is chained to your career. You're comfortable, for sure, but you're not yet truly free. Now we're talking. Making that leap into the $10 to $30 million range, this is where things really start to shift. That little hum of money stress that's always in the background, it finally starts to fade away. Welcome to Level 2, the independent rich. At this point, your life stops being about planning for financial emergencies and starts being about enjoying what you have. But there's a key distinction here. You're a really good client for luxury brands and banks, but you're not quite a true VIP. Not yet. So what's life like? It's flying first class without thinking about it. It's waking up and deciding to take a spontaneous vacation to a 5-star resort. Life is just easier, more fun. But there are still limits. That $100,000 watch you saw, or a sudden desire to buy a piece of fine art, that's still a decision that gives you pause. All right, let's keep climbing. We're now in the $30 to $100 million bracket. And at this point, you're not just rich anymore. You're entering the real power leagues, where your money translates directly into access and serious influence. This is level 3, the power player. Your inner circle isn't just your friends from college anymore. It's CEOs, politicians, and major industry players. You're a founder or a major investor. You're officially in the club. And see, the whole game changes. You're not just getting invited to the party anymore, you are the party. You're hosting the big events, flying a group of friends out to Monaco for the Formula One race on a whim. That's not a major financial event. But, and this is a big but, the source points out that even here, the absolute best, most exclusive off-market investment deals are still reserved for the people one level above you. Okay, now we're entering territory that is just surreal for most of us. We're talking 100 million up to $1 billion. At this stage, money, as a practical day-to-day thing you have to think about, just completely evaporates. Welcome to level 4, the empire builder. This is private jets, super yachts, multiple estates around the world, all with full-time staff to manage them. But the real game here isn't about spending money. The new currency is influence. It's about quietly shaping entire industries, political landscapes, and media narratives. To really get this mindset, the source offers this just perfect analogy. For someone at this level, the decision to buy a brand new Porsche carries the same financial weight as you or me buying a loaf of bread at the grocery store. Just let that sink in. It's a completely different reality. And now, we've arrived at the very top of the mountain, the final level. A level of wealth that is, frankly, almost impossible to imagine. We are talking billionaire status. Level 5 is where you find the untouchables. And at this point, you're not just buying things anymore. The most valuable currencies you deal in are access and time. Your power is nearly absolute. You can get anyone on the phone, influence governments, and literally shape the global conversation. And this is what buying time actually means. It means your assistant can get pretty much any person on this planet on the phone for you. It means you never wait in line for anything, ever. Private jets with pilots just waiting for you? That's just how you travel. You have essentially bought back all the time that the rest of us spend waiting. But after climbing all the way to the top, after seeing all this unimaginable wealth and power, the source pivots and asks a really deep, really human question. After all of that, what's the one thing that money is completely and totally powerless to fix? The answer is in this really poignant story from a billionaire. He talks about meeting Sylvester Stallone, a guy who has all the fame, all the fortune, but who tragically lost his son. And in that moment, the billionaire realized no amount of money on earth could ever change a fundamental human tragedy like that. That's a really sobering thought, isn't it? And while it's easy to feel kind of small looking at these huge numbers, the source suggests we also flip the perspective. On a global scale, if you have the basics covered, food, water, internet, a safe place to sleep, you are already wealthier than 75% of the entire world's population. So if the goal is to build a life with more freedom, how do you actually start climbing these levels? Well, the source is really clear about one thing. A salary isn't going to cut it, no matter how high it is. The real secret to building wealth is to create assets. Things that make money for you even when you're sleeping. And the path to get there really breaks down into 3 simple stages. First, you gain skills that are valuable and in high demand. But here's the key. Instead of just trading those skills for a salary, you move to step 2, and you use those skills to create your own asset. And then step 3, you let that asset do the work, building your wealth for you over time. So we'll leave you with this final thought from the source material to chew on. Knowing that just earning a salary won't get you there, what asset will you create first? Thanks for joining us